Hello, my friends, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. So check it out. We're going to be doing some nails for my friends. So that's why we have the two. I don't usually do two, but I'm doing some press-ons for her. And every once in a while, I'll do some for her whenever she asks me, basically. So she wants some cheetah nails. And I'm going to be using, because I don't have any cheetah plates. This is actually the only thing I have. I got this at a Family Dollar. So I picked him up before. Never actually done a nail, but he was okay, you know what I mean? For $1, he was definitely fine, you know. So let's check him out and see how he looks. We're gonna use some of this too. Make it real cute. Let me show you what she wants. This is her inspo right here. He's so adorable, right? Super cute. Okay, we're going to go ahead and mix. I'm going to be using this Turdmuffin here for Victorian Varnish, and then I'm going to color it in with these guys. So this is the Boogie Nights, and this one is Grateful. And then with him, he's kind of like in the middle, so I was like, yeah, that's what we need. Of course, we need white, right? So that's what we're gonna do. But I want him to be like nude like. Maybe, let me see. Yeah, I feel like he should be a little bit lighter than that, really. Just like a little bit nude-ish looking. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix him up with gel. I'm just gonna mix him up with clear gel, and he'll be more clear looking there. Okay. Let me get a brush real quick here. Okay, got it. I got one of these. This is a little marker one that came with a gel glue. So that'll work. Here we go. And drop some of this low. A little bit like that and mix that. Like a 50-50. Right? That's what it looks like. And it should be fine. I have definitely mixed lacquer and gel together. And as long as you clear, you're good. You're fine. Alright, here we go. Yeah, that's more of what I'm looking for. I guess call it jelly if you want. But this is what I'm looking for. I'm going to probably do this one. And then one more on it. There it is. Boom. I'm going to cure that. And let me show you here this one that I just did last night. Look how cute that is. And this is basically gel and then a Sally Hansen. And I'm doing the same thing. So it should be good. We should be fine. Okay, so here I go. I'm going to get all these guys going, do 2 times. And then I'll be back for you, okay? Okay, so here we go. This is pretty much the same colors, just a little bit more sheer. As you can see, you can kind of see through that just a teeny tiny bit there. And that's what I wanted. So that way, the design on top, you know, will pop off. See, so you can just see the difference there. It's just a little bit darker on this side. Alright, here we go. Now, what we want is to put the little patches. Right, or pick up the patches. Or maybe we should pick up our guys and decide how many. I'm thinking 4. So the thumbs and the middle finger will have the guide. The other guide would just be patches of this. Let's do it. So let's get 4 of that guy and paint him up. I'm gonna do 1 with you guys here. Boom, here we go. Now I am using sticky polish, which I mean, it's as good as it gets. You know what I mean? If you're gonna pick something up, be able to pick it up, the sticky polish is gonna help you do that. So if I was using something else, I don't know that it would do it this well. So there it is. There's our guy. Super adorbs. And what we want to be focused on is his eyes, right? His eyes and nose. That's what she really has on that design there. So you can see, you could get lost. It's not well done. You could get lost when you're looking at, but here's the nose, you know, and then that's just his cheek. Eye, okay. So let's get rid of this. I'm gonna get rid of all this. And then see, so it has like that eye look. I'm just gonna round it off a little bit there, maybe. Like that. And then he could just kind of come in slanted. You know, like this. Or like that. However, he's gonna do it. Let's see if he could catch right here. Yep. Alright, he fits. So we'll need 4 of those. There we go, we have 3. 1 more. And I did want to mention that basically I like to do my base, whatever that is, right? Have the base ready. And then I pick up the images that I'm going to be reverse stamping the most. So that way they would be drying while I work on the embellishments. So this guy's gonna be the one that I reverse stamped the most. So he's getting picked up. He's so gorgeous. Gorgeous. Very cute. You know what? He's kind of wet. He's fine. He's fine. He's so wet looking. Alright, there we go. Now we paint them. I feel like his eyes should be a mixture of blue and green. Let's do that. This is a neon green, but it doesn't say it anymore at the bottom. We have our little number 1. Mix. Look at that, that's pretty. I like it. It's a surprise color. I never know what it's gonna do, but I love it. Alright, there we go. Alright, and now we're gonna give her some highlights here with the white. Here we go. So the highlights are basically like under the eyes, around the nose, and around the lips. You know, so here's his little eye or whatever. Just gonna drag it a little bit, dude. I know I'm taking a big risk here, but just lightly. Feather. Let's call it a feather. Yeah, we're gonna feather it about. Oh, snap. Listen, we just little feathering through the little nose there. Alright, just a little bit there. On his eye. I mean, not his eyeball. Hold up. Just on the top. You know what I mean? Yeah, baby, like that. Yeah. And then a little bit here around his little mouth area. There you go. There it is. Just a little bit, kind of dry. I don't want to say too dry, guys, because you don't want to lift off your image, so you want to be a little careful. But if you're too wet, then you're not going to be able to feather. That's not fun. You want a feather. You know what I mean? You don't want your polish to be super dry either. Because if it's very dry, then it's gonna get caught. You know what I mean? So look, I thought about the hesitated. You know how you hesitate at the light? Forget it. You either gotta go, okay, nothing is turning, it's like yellow, it's about to turn red, zoom, or if you hesitate a second, forget about it, dude. Just go ahead and hit your brakes, you're nice and slow, and make you stop, okay? Act right. Act right for just a second. Because otherwise it's gone. And you're going to get caught out there running over at light, you know? So that's what's happening here. Except there's no jail time involved. But basically, maybe. Because you'll be doing it again. So I consider that jail time, right? So there it is. Kind of like the top of the nose a little bit. Here we go. Let me just give it a little bit more. Okay. And that little area there. Boom, I think. Yeah. Let's do it. Alright, so that's as much as I think we're gonna do to it. There's our little highlight there. We survived it. Alright, however, I have to do it 4 more times, guys. Holla, I'll be back, okay? I'll go faster. I'm not explaining him, I'm just going. Yep. We have our first little guy on all. Now we're going to use the boogie nights. So we're going to go from the lighter color to the darker color. And basically we're going to follow the white. We're going to follow wherever the white is. And do our little markings with this color. The darker color is going to be very minimal. Here. I have white. I follow just a little bit here. Okay, so for the darker color, I'm gonna mix it up a little bit, half and half of these. Just not completely as dark. Here we go. We don't want it to be such a shocker. You want it to be, you know, like a subtle, maybe not so subtle. Dude, it's hard to explain. Just a little bit darker, but not all the way up, okay? Go up 2 notches, not 5, sort of deal. Alright, here we go. I'm just gonna put that in all the areas that are done. Better they're not done, that needs something. Ah, I love it. He's so pretty looking. He's really pretty cute. And then boom. Yeah, buddy. Okay, so yeah, so let's do 3 more. Okay, so the last piece to this is to grab the print, and I'm not really sure. Let's take a look. I'm feeling like it might be a little bit too busy, but I don't know. Let's look, right? And then what we're gonna do with it is that we're going to like have swirls or pieces taken, and it's not gonna be the whole thing. Here we go. It's very pretty though. It's perfect though. I just need it a little bit more spaced out. You know what I mean? So for the ones that are not gonna have that on there, it's just gonna be a little patch coming across like this, or in different ways to go about it. So let's see if we do a patch like remove this. Yep, let it come in here like that, kind of have it like a curve. Oh, I'm gonna remove this. We're going haywire. We're taking it all off. We're gonna end up with nothing. Hold on, hold on, hold on. We're gonna have something, but it's gonna be pretty narrow. Is what I think it should be. Dang, I did want it to go across though. Okay, here we go. Yeah, like that. Let's just say, boom, right? I should even take off a little bit more right here, honestly. There we go. Okay, so something like this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it just like that. Then what we're gonna do is insert like a little bit of color darker, because we already have like the lighter on the nail. So just like a few little ones of those, a little bit darker. Maybe the bigger ones. Yeah. This one. This guy. Maybe him. Maybe him. A little bit there. Let's see. So, just a couple of random ones. We'll let it dry and then we'll put it in. Now, would I mind a few more random darker ones too, though, so I can like have a little contrast there. Here we go. Here we go. Just gonna do them all. I mean, I'm pretty much doing that. Here we go. I wonder if it'll be cute if we added gold. That would have been a good idea, right? Gold would probably look cute on this. Ooh, you got me tempted. Okay, I have an idea what we could do with the gold. Hold up. What we could do is, once this dry, what if... Hang on, I'm looking for my stand. Here's my favorite type of gold. I feel like it's classy gold. Let me find it. Here it is. It's not so loud, you know? Ooh, what if we put it on that and then we... Ah! I really feel like that would be cute. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry a little bit. Pick up a couple of more of these pieces and do the same thing. And then I'm gonna do the... Just put a little bit of this. Paint it. Brush it right on top. Let it dry. Pop. Pop it on. Let's try. Okay, so we now have 6 of these guys for the other nails, and what I want to do is add a little background of this. I just think it'll be real cute and it goes with the theme. So here we go. I'm just gonna try to do a thin layer, nothing too thick, what's cool about this is that this is a sticky polish, so it'll go right on, and I won't have to do any of my little dabbing that I usually do. But because I'm coloring it and with the sticky, I won't need to. So there that one is. And then when it's ready to go, boop, we'll flap it on there. What I'm gonna also do while it's wet is just kind of take off. Whoop, but can I see? Dude, I'm messing with fire, but I think I can see it through here. Truth be told, I'm known to mess with fire. I'll be like, whoops. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. My bad. Here we go. I just don't really want too much of what's not colored. But does it have a background? I don't want it too much. Get out of here with that. Alright. There we go. Again, because it's sticky, I could do that. If it wasn't, I would have to use like my brush or something to try to shave some of it off. Alright, I'm being dramatic. I'm being dramatic, guys. Alright, boom. Yeah, I think I'm gonna love it. Okay, so, let me do that. I'll go ahead and put this little as thin as possible without, you know, picking up my image either. Hold up, we don't want to pick it up. We want it to stay there. Here we go, ideas. Here you go, lady. You're gonna have to go a little bit thicker. There it is. There it is. Alright, I'll be back. All of these will be dry when I return. These guys, those are definitely dry. And then we'll be able to attach them to our little top coat. Baby, we got us a little set. Definitely enjoy when my friend challenges me because honestly she always does. She always wants something that I don't have and I have to make stuff up. But anyways, off we go. It's worth it because it's a good time. And I get to experiment and learn, right? That's always a good time. I'm out. I'll be back. Alright, everybody's dry, so let's start putting them on. Let's get our big heads on first. Look at it, guys. How pretty did this come out? I'm not gonna lie, I'm totally shocked that this was done with a $1 plate. This little tiny thing. I mean, yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I loved it. It was pretty cool. But I feel like I need a better plate with a lot more. You know what I mean? A lot more. This theme, there's more to explore, and I'm interested. Alright, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll catch you on the next one, okay? You take that love and you share it with yourself so much. And when you're full, go ahead and share it with everything and everybody else, alright? Peace. Hope you have a good one. Au revoir. Hey guys, please remember to like and subscribe.